vote matters, but I did mention that tailgating was a good idea, and we got another one tonight. And I thought the student section specifically, but the other side of the floor was more full than normal, especially for a 9 o'clock game. So my vote is that we do it again when we play our next 9 o'clock game against Wichita State. That's just my vote. I also didn't get a vote on how we handled G coming home. And I honestly almost forgot and didn't even mention it. Like, that's something I normally would talk to Genesis about, but I'm happy that you got a standing ovation, or at least a clap, because the reality is people transfer nowadays, and you can't take away from what that team did for this university. They come on a Final Four banner, and you can win and lose with class, and I think in some situations the best thing to do is be classy. So I'm glad there was some class towards him. Those kids completely changed the landscape of basketball at this school. And then to win 4 in a row, we're incredibly thankful for that. I want to thank our athletic director again for pulling off the ability to play an 11 a.m. game and a 9 o'clock game like this. That doesn't happen without him and the fundraising and the private plane it took to get us back. So all winning is because of a team, a bunch of people that people can't see. And so I'm really thankful for all the support we get in ways that people can't see. And I'm thrilled with tonight. I think there's some things defensively that we could be better at, but I don't think you can underestimate what it was like to play at Tulsa, turn around and fly home, and then get ready for a 9 o'clock game. So we're going to decide on film what was good and what was bad, but at least offensively our shot carried us tonight, and I was thankful for that. So any questions?
Charlotte was a little hot from the field in the first half, but you guys forced 11 turnovers. Would you say that was what was the difference in able to kind of separate there into the first and second?
Yeah, you got to decide how much you're going to pressure their Princeton system. It's incredibly well run. There's a bunch of intricacies. We pressured at their place and gave up back cuts. I thought we pressured a little bit in situations and caused us to give up some threes. So you got to make a trade. The other thing is I thought in the first half we chose pace, and eventually we would wear them down. And so we were okay with some of it, but it kind of crossed the point. And then to your point, 7 threes in the first half, 2 in the second half, I thought that was a huge difference.
And Kiki seems like he's been red hot lately. What would you say has kind of been the difference in his ability for those shots to fall?
I don't know. We talked about this before. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on why kids go hot and cold. He was born a 40% shooter, as good a shooter as you'll see in an empty gym. I think he'll end a 40% shooter. I think he's shooting around 50 or over in the league. So this is who he is. We're happy to have him back. We're thankful that he didn't give in or give up. And the shooting is part of our success the last couple of weeks. So we'll take it.
Coach, during this winning streak, obviously, like you said, you guys have been shooting the ball really well. I know you talked a lot about making shots, but what has really allowed the guys to kind of become more confident in those shots? They look very confident out there. They're celebrating after threes. What's really allowed them to kind of ease in?
I think 20 games together helps you feel. I think at their core, they're good shooters, and we continue to tell them that. When we were struggling a little bit, we could have slowed down the pace and controlled it. And instead, we did the opposite, and we gave them more freedom. And I think the assistants have done a great job in their player development and film and instilling confidence. And the worst thing you can do is take credit for something that you don't deserve. The kids every morning are in here when no one's watching, and they deserve it. And I'm thankful for it, and it's making us better.
Baba in particular, 3 steals and 3 blocks. It looked like he gave G really a hard time really getting anything. He was just protecting the rim.
Yeah, that's one of those things where DeMond Parker did a great job on the scout. Really proud of him. But there's a point maybe between 4 and 8 minutes in the first half where we decided to go Baba at the 5 and switch everything. And Baba in that stretch, I thought, did give them fits. And Isaiah and AB, Coach AB, were the ones who recommended to switch 1 to 5. And that pocket is where I think we found some rhythm and started taking away their 3. So the coaches deserve credit for that, but certainly the scout was good, and then that one little adjustment really helped us.
17 turnovers as a team. Do you think Baba's ability to kind of be able to hover around and switch and protect the rim like the way he does kind of makes it easier for everyone as a unit defensively?
Yeah, I think we've sold Trey on playing the 5 on offense, and I think at times now we're selling Baba and Trey on the fact that they can block shots. Trey had 5 last game, Baba 3 this game. There's this moment where you've got to look around at the rim and wonder who's coming when you play us, and we did not have that first semester on a consistent basis, and I think in the last couple of weeks we found it. And we've really given them permission to lead their guy and trust the guard to crack down behind. And Trey did a great last game, and I thought Baba was awesome tonight.
So Walker's leading the team with assists, and tonight he had 7. And how it seems like he's finally kind of stepping into that role and finding his place on the court. How have you felt about his just development over this season?
Yeah, the assist to turnover thing is great. I mean, it's not just 7 assists, but the 2 turnovers only. And then I think Leland, while we were slowly becoming a player-led team instead of a coach-led team, was the loudest voice. And so we're really thankful for that. He's pushed our guys to talk more. You can actually hear them talk on defense on the other end away from us, which just wasn't the case a couple weeks ago. And he's been the spearhead of that in practice. And then as he sets other guys up, I really believe, just like Kiki and Ken, he's 1 game or 1 week away from that ball going back in. He averaged 15 last year. I think there's some upside in there that's coming, but he hasn't let that discourage himself from being a leader or sharing the basketball. So that's a great job.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, have a great night.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.